Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I thought I'd show you guys how I structure my enemy AI systems. Now I'm not actually going to be walking you guys through any code. I'm just going to show you guys how things are structured within the game scene of Unity. And if you guys are interested in learning how the code works, I highly recommend taking this course from Peter over at Sunny Valley Studio. He's got this excellent course called Make a Juicy 2D Shooter Prototype in Unity 2020. And this is the course where I learned how to structure an enemy AI system. Now, I've actually gone through other tutorials on YouTube that cover enemy AI systems. But by far, I think the one that Peter shows us here in this particular course really works really well. And I actually used it in my game, Shadow of the Orient. So I'm going to show you guys how it's structured. Okay, so I'm going to jump into Unity. Okay, so here I have one of my game levels open, and I currently have a character selected. This is the Horseman in my game. So right off the bat, you'll see here that there's a series of colliders. There's also some additional game objects that are being used for other parts of the AI. For example, you'll see that there's 2 patrol points here. So those patrol points allow the Horseman to patrol left and right. There's also another little collider here called the Void Wall, which we use to prevent the Horseman from getting stuck along the edge of a wall. So basically this little collider here, when he interacts with the wall, he'll turn around and walk in the opposite direction. So let me zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so now here in the hierarchy, I have my Horseman selected. So you'll notice here in the inspector that I have a main script. This is my enemy AI brain, and this shows me what my current states are. So you'll see here that the default state is the patrol state. So when the game starts, the Horseman will start off in his patrol state, just walking left and right. And of course, there's a bunch of events here that are being triggered depending on which event or which state is currently being fired or being triggered. Okay, so there's my enemy. So this is my enemy AI brain script. Again, I'm not going to walk you guys through the code because most of the code that I've written here, again, I took from Peter from Sunny Valley Studio. I did make some modifications along the way just to kind of make the enemy AI brain work a bit more towards my needs, but the base core of the code is based on Peter's code. So I would, again, highly recommend that you check out his course. I don't want to undermine his efforts because he put a lot of effort into creating his videos, and I don't want to just, blatantly, copyright whatever he did or, undermine his efforts, right? So again, if you guys want to learn how this is properly structured from a code perspective, I highly recommend taking this course. This is just to give you guys an overview of how the enemy AI system is structured and how it works. And this is the one that I chose to employ in my game. Okay, so again, we're on the main game object. This is the enemy AI brain. So the enemy AI brain script is the script that's responsible for controlling the states. And the states are actually controlled by a series of game objects here. So you'll notice here that I've expanded the Horseman game object, and you'll notice that one of the child objects is an object called AI, or labeled AI. So I'm going to expand that. So here you'll see that we have 3 additional game objects, and each of these game objects are responsible for controlling a particular state, right? So basically what these game objects are doing is they're allowing this enemy character to transition between different states. So he's going to transition between patrol to chase state, and then from chase state to attack state. And then from the attack state, he can either go back to a chase state or to his original patrol state, right? So if I click on the patrol state game object, you'll notice here that we have an AI state script, and we also have a patrol action script. So the way this works essentially is that you notice here that we have, so this is our action, our patrol action, which is right here, and then we have our transitions. So this patrol state is going to transition into our chase state. And the way this works is it's all collider based. So if I click here on the chase transition game object, you'll notice here that there's this red box, and this red collider box is what triggers his chase state. Okay, and these states, this transition works in tandem with the patrol transition. So you'll notice here that if I click under the chase state game object, patrol transition, these two actually kind of work together, right? So basically what's happening here is if the player enters this particular collider, it's going to trigger a positive result, right? So that positive result is going to trigger the chase state, right? So we're gonna be switching states essentially from our patrol to our chase state, right? So that goes into the chase state, and then under our chase state we have a attack transition. So you'll see here that there's a collider which appears for our attack transition, and then we have a patrol transition, right? Cancel. Okay, so chase and patrol. So you'll notice here that the patrol collider is a little bit larger vertically compared to the chase collider, but these two particular transitions are actually communicating to each other, right? So again, the chase transition, when it receives a positive result, it goes into the chase state, which actually triggers the chase state. So he'll start running after the character or start chasing the character. And then our patrol transition, when the player exits this collider, it's going to trigger a negative result, which is going to go back to the patrol state, right? And then our attack transition, you'll notice here that the collider is smaller. When as the player approaches the enemy character, as he gets closer to the enemy character, it's going to trigger our attack state. So if I click on, so you'll see here I have the attack transition selected, and then in the inspector you'll see that our positive result goes to our attack state. So that's going to jump over here to our attack state, and that's going to trigger his attack animation. And then there's also a chase transition here, which coincides with the attack transition collider. So you'll see that they're essentially the same size. So if the player exits the chase transition, he's going to go back into the chase state, right? So you'll see here we have a negative result, which is going to make the enemy character go back into the chase state, right? So I mean this might seem a little bit confusing to you if you don't have any experience building enemy AI systems, but essentially it's a collider based system. That's essentially how this all works, right? And then we have scripts that communicate to each other, and those scripts are communicating based on a positive and a negative result. So Peter does an excellent job of explaining all this in his course. So again, if you guys really want to learn how this enemy AI system is structured and how it works, I highly recommend taking this course. I'm not getting paid for promoting his courses or anything like that. It's just a course that I took and that I really enjoyed, and I learned a lot from it. And this is just to give you guys an example of how you can actually learn, how to, really learn how to build these more complex systems from these very good courses that are available on Udemy and, and directly through the author's website. So I'll show you guys quickly here the game in action, so you guys can see how the enemy is behaving based on where the player is currently situated within the world space. Alright, so okay, so you'll notice here that the horseman is patrolling, and now he's chasing me. Right, so now he goes back into his patrol state. And actually, you know what, let me do it from the scene view, so maybe you can see the colliders in action. Here we go. Let's see if this works. I'm actually going to have to move my game window out. Let's grab this guy here. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so you see here. So if I were to go up to the enemy from behind, he doesn't do anything because his colliders are all in front of him. As soon as he turns around, he's going to chase me. And you'll notice that collider turned green, right? And now it turned red again, right? When it's green, it's a positive result. When it's red, it's a negative result. All right, so let's do that one more time. Okay, so now he's chasing me. He's going to chase me again. Right. And then, you know what, I'll move forward to the next character. So I'm going here. So here we have our female samurai character, or Psy Warrior character. And she's pretty much structured in the same way. She has a chase sequence, then she has an attack sequence. If I stay behind her, she doesn't see me. If I get in front of her, she'll chase me down. Right. So that's how the enemy AI system is structured, essentially. So guys, I'm just giving you guys an example here of one way that you can structure your enemy AI system. This is how I chose to do it because I really like the way Peter structured this whole kind of state machine that he created. And again, it's all collider based, and it's just scripts communicating with each other based on a positive and a negative result. Based on you know, whether the player is interacting with a particular collider or if he's exiting that collider. Right, so again guys, that's just a quick overview of how you can set up an enemy AI system in Unity. If you guys like this particular approach, again, I highly recommend checking out Peter at Sunny Valley Studio. His website is sunnyvalleystudio.com. And this is the course here that I took to, which explained to me how this enemy AI system works. And you'll notice here in this video for this game that he's promoting, this 2D shooter, that these little red enemies that are chasing after the player are using that same enemy AI system that I'm using in my game, right? So yeah, so this is an excellent course. I would highly recommend taking this course if you guys are interested in learning how to build a more complex enemy AI system, right? So anyways guys, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to check out my website. I do have some blog posts here. I'm going to be posting up some more stuff this week, some more tutorials. I haven't posted anything in a while, but I am going to be more active over the next couple of weeks since I currently have some downtime from work. So I'm going to try to post up some more videos on my YouTube channel and post up some more blog posts on my website. But anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.